Welcome back. We're continuing to look at piecewise defined functions. In our last video, we looked at what a function is. So a piecewise defined function is a special type of function. It is a function defined with different rules for different portions of the domain. So remember, the domain is our input and the range is our output. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have my inputs go in, and then depending on what the input is, it may get a different rule applied to come out. So I'm going to walk us through an example. And when I'm done, I want you to pause and kind of think about an example of a piecewise defined function that you could come up with and that you could write. So I am going to draw an axis here. I'm going to make my x-axis time and my y-axis distance traveled. And I am going to have a piecewise defined function that is my drive up north to northern Michigan from my house. Okay, so what happens is I start at home and I leave my house and I'm driving around town, so I'm not driving very fast. And then I get on the freeway and I start driving faster. And I stop to go to the bathroom and get gas. And then I get back on the freeway and I keep driving. And then I get off the freeway and I get to where I am going up here. So you can see that there are different rules. There are different sections. So when I leave my house, I'm driving slow. So my distance is increasing slowly. Then I get on the freeway and I'm now driving faster. I stop to get gas, so I am not moving. Get back on the freeway, I'm driving fast. I get off the freeway and I'm driving slower. So for each of these things, there is a different rule. There is not just one rule that I could write that would capture all of this. So I would write this, my distance, as a function of time for my different chunks of time here. So I would have one rule for this part, for this first part. So I'm going to call this A, B, C, D, and E. So I would have one rule when time is between 0 and A. I would have another rule when time is between A and B. So a different rule in here. I would have another rule for this section. I would have another rule when I get back on the freeway. And I would have one final rule as I am getting towards my house or my up north place. So a piecewise defined function is going to be one where I have to use multiple rules. So what I'd like you to do right now is, before you start watching the next video, come up with your own idea of a piecewise defined function, sketch a picture, and come up with the story that goes along with that piecewise defined function.